The Ford Explorer is one of the most famous cars out there. It's known all over the world and loved by adventurers. Ever since it was introduced, it's been receiving upgrade after upgrade, turning out to be better each time. Thanks to its power, people can take their families on a trip without worrying about anything. For the 2024 model year, Ford has decided to give it a redesign to see if it can become better. However, we don't really know much about it because all that has been seen is a test mule. It was highly camouflaged, so people couldn't really make out what was new about its design. But the fact that it was camouflaged means something. So what will be new with the 2024 Ford Explorer? Let's find out, shall we? Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to look at the 2024 Ford Explorer as we find out what's new about it. But before we continue, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates on your favorite cars. And with that, let's find out what's new with the 2024 Ford Explorer. It's no longer a secret that Ford is working on a new Explorer, giving it a new face. Thanks to the spy photos of the prototype cruising the streets of America, we can now see what to expect from the 2024 model. However, it seems the redesign is not as radical as that of the Chinese variant introduced last summer. But even with that, it's hard to tell what's new on the exterior because the prototypes were heavily camouflaged. With that, we can say that we expect a new front fascia and, most likely, a revised grille and updated headlights. As for the rest of the crossover, it'll mostly be the same. The only other part where we will see some changes is the rear end, where we might see some new taillights and maybe a change at the bumper. The interior is the most exciting part of the changes that we can expect. The interior of the 2024 Ford Explorer was finally spotted for the first time, and it sheds some light on what sorts of changes we can expect to see inside the cabin. The most notable of all is the updated digital cluster. It looks like it was adopted straight from the currently available upper trim level variants of the Ford F-150. There's a digital tachometer on the left-hand side of that screen that looks just like the one found on the Ford F-150. However, these photos are not clear enough, and they mainly show the center portion of the dashboard. The infotainment system at the center stack is where it gets better. We can see the new horizontally oriented unit that seems to have a unique version of the Sync 4 interface. This might be the new update, and it looks amazing. Just like in the current setup, we can see that the screen is divided into two sections. The larger portion seems to be dedicated to Google Maps, while the smaller section seems to say Go to Audio app. This could mean that Android Auto was running at the time these photos were taken. Either that or the all-new software was running a Google-developed operating system. If you look closely, you'll see that there is also a part where a profile can be created, which could possibly relate to Google account integration. This is a feature that is being introduced as part of vehicles that already utilize the Google built-in operating system. One thing to note is that this new screen doesn't look quite as large as the other landscape-oriented units in some more modern blue oval models. Toward the bottom, it seems as though the controls for the HVAC system are integrated into it, as well as the heated and cooled seats. On the other hand, the start-stop button is more angled toward the driver than in the current model. From what we've seen so far, the North American Explorer refresh will not take after its Chinese counterpart. This is mostly so in the interior. The main difference is that the Chinese Explorer has different styling and a unique 27-inch coast-to-coast touchscreen. Apart from this, very little information is known about the facelifted Explorer. The current model now starts at $36,750 and comes with a variety of different engines. This includes an entry-level 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder that can produce about 300 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. If customers want more, they can go for the twin-turbo 3.0-liter EcoBoost V6 that can produce about 400 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque. There's also a hybrid 3.3-liter V6 that is capable of producing 318 horsepower. There is the possibility of seeing some changes to the powertrain of the Explorer. This is because Ford recently gave the 2024 Mustang a new 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine. This new engine features a new bore-to-stroke ratio, port and direct injection, and variable cam timing. Even though it's unclear whether this new 4-cylinder will be shared with the Explorer, it produces about 315 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque in the pony car. These are just some of the changes we know about the 2024 Ford Explorer. However, the 2024 Ford Explorer EV was revealed for Europe not so long ago, and it seems a bit more promising. However, any potential for a local launch is yet to be confirmed. As predicted long ago, the new Ford Explorer is built on Volkswagen's flexible MEB electric architecture. This comes as part of the growing technology and platform alliance between Ford and Volkswagen. This is a completely new Explorer, and it will enter Ford's European lineup as a mid-size SUV. It'll also be smaller than the petrol model sold in North America. This will make it a cross-brand companion to the Volkswagen ID.4, which is expected to reach Australia in the coming year. It's still unclear whether we will see the new Explorer EV in Australia soon. When it was being announced, Ford's local division offered no advance comment overnight, so we will have to wait for the workday to begin before we can get more information on it. There's a high likelihood that the Mustang Mach-E will be the first electric Ford passenger car to reach Australia. The Ford Explorer EV is expected to be manufactured at Ford's factory in Cologne, Germany, sharing the same production line as the Fiesta hatchback, which was recently retired after running for 47 years. The technical details of the new electric Explorer are yet to be revealed, but there are reports out of Europe that suggest a 125 kilowatt single motor configuration for the entry level. It is said that this one will come with a 52 kilowatt hour battery pack and 351 kilometers of driving range. The charging speed is expected to be 130 kilowatts, well below the 230 kilowatts figure claimed for the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and the Kia EV6, among others. But nonetheless, such claims are rarely achieved consistently. It is expected that further into the range, there will be a 170 kilowatt single motor model that will have a larger 77 kilowatt hour battery pack and a range of about 530 kilometers. And according to reports, there will also be a Hero dual motor model that will offer a dual motor all-wheel drive arrangement with 205 kilowatts and a range of 491 kilometers. It's common for dual motor models to have a lower range because they use power faster as compared to single motor models. This new model of Ford will also come with some new features, at least for the European range. Some of these features will include assisted lane change and clear exit assist, the latter of which alerts drivers to approaching cyclists when they are parked. The standard equipment encompasses a driver's massage seat, dual zone climate control, keyless entry, and a hands-free electric tailgate. This is the only information that has been revealed concerning the new Explorer, with more to come later. And among the information that we don't know is the price. This will be revealed when European orders begin later this year. This goes for the other non-electric Ford Explorer, which is still not officially announced. We are yet to see what the main changes will be, especially on the exterior, but with that, we have to deal with what we have at the moment, which are just spy photos. What do you think of the 2024 Ford Explorer? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section down below. Also, before you go, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates on your favorite cars. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.